Hello everyone, welcome back. Please comment, rate, subscribe, folks. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos. I want to thank everyone that does like, watch, and share my videos. You folks are the absolute best. Listen, folks, there's a link tree down below. Has the links to all of my social media platforms. Please go down there, follow me across all my social media platforms, and talk to me because I talk back. Also down there as well as the links to all of my YouTube pages. Please go down there, subscribe to all my YouTube pages, and turn on your notifications so when I post content, you folks will be in the know. Listen, folks. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a live radio show. Call in. We'll be talking about the Jets. We'll be discussing everything that they got going on, all the stuff going on in this offseason, and how to improve the football team. So call in. I love going back and forth with you folks. All right? Now, with that said and done and put to the side, I've come to talk to you folks today about NFL agents, according to reports. NFL agents are organizing a boycott of the NFL Combine. We need to discuss this because this could absolutely impact the Jets draft and draft strategy. All right, now, here are the reports, folks, okay? Now, according to reports again, agents of 150 or more players out of the 324 players that are supposed to participate, they're organizing a boycott of the NFL Combine due to the Combine's handling of the restrictions that they're going to place because of the reasons why we wear a mask. We all know what's going on out there in the world. The NFL has, responded to that by creating something at the Combine called a bubble, okay? Now, the bubble is a situation, again, the Combine goes from the 1st to the 7th, okay, of March. The bubble is a response to what's going on out there where they're only allowing the participants, the guys that want to compete in the Combine, they're only allowing them one medical support staff. That's it. That one medical support staff that shows up has to be fully protected against what's going on out there in the world, okay? We know this is YouTube. Listen. They have to be fully protected against what's going on out there in the world, okay? Now, with that one support staff showing up, they're also limiting contact to agents. They're also limiting contact to players. And if a player, okay, if a guy that is coming to the Combine is, known to leave or is found that he's left or he stepped outside the rules or anything, he is asked to leave. He'll be gone. And let me tell you something. This has really blown up. The NFLPA has thrown its support behind the agents as well because a lot of agents are saying, listen, not only are you only allowing, my player to show up with one medical support staff, you're limiting his contact with me, his agent, which could affect him in interviews. It could affect his confidence throughout. It could affect his draft stock. Then they're also limiting contact again with the trainers too. Listen, the NFL Combine is a crazy place. 6, 7, 8 reps, okay, on that bench could be the difference between you getting drafted in a late round or you not getting drafted at all. So there's a lot of NFL agents that are like, you know what, that's it. We're going to organize a boycott here until you guys figure out what's going on. And there's talks that a lot of players not only are not going to show up for testing, not show up for interviews, that they're not going to show up at all, period. There's a lot of players just saying, I'm not going to show up at all. This is getting crazy, okay? Now, let's say that this does continue on, ramp up, and a lot of players don't show up. I know a lot of Jets fans, and I've had discussions back and forth with a lot of people that are like, man, I'm a little concerned. I'm not at all. Let me tell you why I'm not concerned. Because we have a great general manager, we have a great staff, and they understand how to scout. Okay. Not only do they understand how to scout, we're just coming off of being a part of the Senior Bowl. We have so much inside information on a lot of players. We watch them up close. We put them through the paces. We talk to them. They've done interviews with players on the side. They've done it all. Okay. And the Combine for this staff, unlike ones we've had in the past with McCagnon, listen, you can tell that Joe Douglas watches his film. You can tell that Joe Douglas knows what a player can or can't do. He doesn't necessarily need the Combine to absolutely, lock in, okay, this is going to be my guy. No, he already has you zoned in. And if the Combine doesn't happen or if a guy doesn't show up at the Combine, he already has you slotted where you should be slotted and what you can do for him and his coaching staff within this scheme. So we have a great general manager. I'm not concerned. Now, if it was Mike McCagnon, if it was guys of the past as well, other bad general managers the New York Jets have, I'd be absolutely concerned. But what this does for me with a great general manager here in Joe Douglas, it puts me on the offense as a Jets fan, because I'm saying we could take advantage of so many other teams that do have bad general managers or guys that have not done their homework. And that to me opens up opportunities for trades in the draft. Scared general managers, if they're guys that they are really looking to draft, but they're not necessarily sold. They need more info. They haven't done their homework all the way. Well, guess what? If that dude don't show up to the draft, they're going to be like, whoa, I need to make a trade up to get closer to the surest bet. And with the Jets sitting at 4 and 10 in the draft, we're closer to the surest bets than a lot of those guys that they believe to be at the lower parts of the draft. So I could see a team being like, hey, you know what? This mid-round guy that I was looking to take, he's not showing up. I'm still kind of murky about going on with him. I'd be willing to take that pick that I was going to take him at and utilize it to trade up. I want to move up to 10 for this guy because he's closer to the surest bet. I'll take him. And we could utilize that and those mid-rounds, if we decide to move down, to continue to improve our team. It is time to take advantage of people that have not done their homeworks, and we can gain from that because, again, we're still a team that's trying to build. Also, what this opens up for as well is mid-round draft day steals, okay? If you look at Joe Douglas, he's been able to find some players in the mid to late rounds that have definitely come out and impacted our football team heavily, guys that have really turned into playmakers for us. Hell, if you look at the last year's draft, right? Michael Carter, to me, stands out. He took Michael Carter in the 4th round. First off, we were surprised that he was there. He still was. We took the guy, and look what he has done for us. There was times during this season where he was the only guy out there really making plays consistently. He was carrying the offense. You look at that Bengals game. He was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal in that game and really did great things for us this season. And we're excited with him going forward. So I could see, again, with the combine being the way it is, a lot of guys maybe not being sold on certain players, needing more information, but they don't show up or they just don't feel comfortable taking a guy. Joe Douglas just plucking talent. Okay, boom, you didn't do your homework. Okay, I got him. Okay, I'm going to take him as well in the 3rd and 4th round. Okay, I'll do that as well. So I could see Joe Douglas definitely grabbing guys in those mid rounds and continuing to make it work. Also, what this does too is it's going to have a lot of guys falling. Because, again, the combine is extremely important, especially for those players at the bottom. A lot of those guys that would be undrafted, they go up, they perform extremely well at the combine, and it boosts their draft stock. Well, some of these guys, if they don't show up, it might not boost their draft stock. Some of these guys that should be taken in the late rounds as well might fall out of the draft to being undrafted free agents, and then we can pluck from that pile as well and get them way cheaper than we normally would. Okay? Now, let me tell you, this is big news. We're going to continue to cover as it goes on. We'll see how things develop, but this could be big for the New York Jets. So comment down below. Let me know what you folks think. How do you folks feel about this boycott that is brewing, that could be organized by NFL agents? What are your thoughts on the effects that it can have on the New York Jets draft and draft strategy? Comment down below. Let's go back and forth. You folks have a good one. Peace.